What's up, everybody? ASAP AC19 here. We are back for some more league racing. We got F1 online today, Brazil GP, full qualifying, 50% race, hosted by the man himself, Wheat Flex. Just Timo is here per usual. Rico's here. D Vonular, he's new. Cringy, Jake Forey, Whistler, Doge, Economic Barry, Reefy, Niels, Mark Cap, Sauce Crease, Sten, Jeff, Lexidus. A lot of familiar names running up and down the lineup here. Excited for this one today. Should be an interesting qualifying session. Brazil, the shortest track apart from Austria and Canada on the calendar. Could see some very, very close lap times in the mix coming up here. Let's get a full rundown when we can of everybody that is currently on the grid as we have our drivers choosing their tire strategies at the moment, and we will get ready for qualifying here. I see 3 people already tuning in, and guys, if you are on the stream today, drop me a message in the chat, say hello. And yeah, if you're new here as well, make sure you're dropping a follow. If you can subscribe, Twitch Prime goes right through your Amazon Prime. That's a couple bucks for me and free for you. But either way, follow along regardless. Make sure you're tuning into these streams. Plenty of commentary as well as racing on this channel. And yeah, should be a good one today. Looks like Lexidus and Ipovic are the final 2 to ready up here, and we are good to go for qualifying at Brazil. Looks like we're going to have a dry session here. No rain as it appears. Don't know what the race looks like yet, but I'm sure we will get a better idea of that as things go on. No one out of the pit lane yet. No surprise there. Couple guys firing up the engines now. Let's see who comes out on track first. Looks like someone way down the pit lane. Both of the racing points are out. That's Niels and his teammate Timo. Coming out of the pit lane. There's a Williams of, who is that actually? It looks like it could potentially be Rico. Rico's going to lead the way for us here. Stay on board with him. Racing points out of the pit lane. Looks like that's a McLaren or a Renault coming out now. Timo opting for the mediums. Everybody else choosing the softs at this stage. Not sure if that's going to be the strat call for this one, but I think the softs have some pretty decent life around here. I would reckon you could probably do 15 laps if you really wanted to, 20 if you absolutely nurse them. See what guys decide to do in the race. Jerry Jarvinen is filling in today on Toro Rosso. So we'll hop on board with Timo here at the middle of the 2. See what Timo can do on the mediums. Looks like he is invalidated, Timo has, so let's go on board with his teammate. He's invalidated as well. I believe Rico was behind them. He's still running strong right now. No invalidation for the Williams at this point. As Rico crosses the line, and it's a 1:10.8. Nicely done to kick things off here. A couple other guys look like they're coming up to the line. That's Doge with a 1:09.3 in the Red Bull. Great lap from him. We have a Renault of Barry starting a lap here. Looks like Forey just kicked off a lap as well. McLaren, though, of MM Cringy, he is leading the way right now. He's going to be next up to the line. A little bit of oversteer there in Sector 2, end of Sector 2 now. He's coming into 3. Let's see if he gets a good run here. Looks like he does. Nice and early on the power, no braking traction. And he's coming down the hill now. Let's see if Cringy can make a statement here. Break the 109 barrier. I would imagine he's got it in him. Up to the line for MM Cringy. Across the line, it's a 1:09.365, just barely. Sorry, 3:87, just barely behind Doge's. Weeflex puts in a 1:09.2. Phenomenal lap from him. We got Whistler in the Renault coming up to the line. Let's see what he can do. Good for 4th. Lexidus in the Haas looks like he may have invalidated. He's going to go for a fresh lap as Niels crosses with a 1:08.511. A phenomenal lap from Niels. And there's a racing point of Timo up to the line now. It's good for 3rd on the mediums of 1:09.3. A phenomenal lap from Timo. Well done, sir. As, let's ride on board with the new guy here, Devon Euler. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to go with Devon. Let's go Devon. Devon works for me. As we noticed last time, guys, my European name, sorting that out is not a strong for mine, so it is what it is. Looks like Darkside's here. What's up, Darkside? Snader is back in the house. Team Doge, as always. Niels. I don't know if Niels is a hacker, but he's definitely got some serious pace. Let's transition over here. I think there is McLaren of Cringy coming up to the line right now. Doesn't improve. He's going for a fresh lap, it looks like, though. Same soft tires. The Haas is coming up to the line right now. That's Lexidus, a 1:09.2. Phenomenal lap from him. Top 5 for the driver in Haas today. And that looks like it could be Devon coming up to the line. Let's see if he makes a statement here. And he does, a 1:09.1. A phenomenal lap from the Toro Rosso. Statement entry to the league here. Well done, sir. Well done. And a pair of, looks like Williams coming up to the line. Rico's into the pit lane. There is a Renault of Whistler out there. He's in Sector 2, though. Let's see if we can hop on with someone coming up to the line. And it looks like Reefy just did a 1:09.124. Great lap from him. The Alfa Romeo, though, of Savas Grease. Sorry, my apologies. Den Jeff. About to get a lap underway. Let's go on board with him for this one. He's been looking phenomenal as of late. Looking for another good performance here. Nice job of getting through turn 1 cleanly. Let's see what he does for Sector 1. It's purple, 16.9 in Sector 1. Remember that number for later. Looks like his teammate Savas Grease in the other Alpha is coming up to the line to start a lap right now. I can't tell if that's a Mercedes or a Williams. Might be the Mercedes of Forey coming up to the line if I had to guess. And no, it wasn't, but it was his teammate Jake S. A 1:09.1 from him. Great lap. Then Jeff is looking pretty good so far. Sub 53 for the first 2 sectors. If he can improve into the top 5, up to the line for Den Jeff. And what's it going to be? It's a 1:08.839. 6 thousandths quicker than MM Cringy, and just barely about 3/10 off the tail of Niels. Nice lap from Den Jeff early on in the session here. 10 minutes to go, guys. And it's going to be an absolute doozy heading down to the end of this one as we have Whistler heading into the pit lane. There's a Haas out there that looks like it could be Lexidus. He's also going into the pit lane, it looks like. Let's switch over to Savas Grease, the teammate of Den Jeff. He's finishing a lap now in Sector 3. Coming up to the line in full attack mode. Crosses the line. It's 4th for Savas Grease, a 1:09 dead. Nice way to kick off the session for him. Looks like a couple of other guys are out there. That's Jerry Jarvinen now in Sector 3 wrapping up a lap. Let's see what Jerry can do. Currently no time on the board for the Toro Rosso driver, but he's looking good right now. Let's see if he can cross the line, enter himself into the conversation for pole position, and it's a 1:08.850, 5 thousandths off the back of Cringy, and just an additional 6 thousandths more than Jeff. What close lap times between those three guys. And then you got Economic Barry, who's very, very well in the mix at this stage. Let's take a look at Jake, though. Looks like Jake's out here pushing once again in Sector 2. Looking confident in the Mercedes, using plenty of curb there. Purple Sector 2 for Jake. Let's see if he can make a statement here. He's got a 109.1 on the board right now. Is he going to improve, insert himself to the front of the pack, up to the line for Jake, and it's a 109 dead for 6th place. Just barely separating Economic Barry and Savas Priest. This gap is extremely small, as it looks like a Racing Point is coming up to the line right now, and that's just Timo. He just put in a 1:08.5. Great lap from the Racing Point driver. Let's see who else is out there pushing right now. We got a Ferrari. That might be Ipovic on an out lap. Looks like one of the Haas's is up behind him. That's marked Cart. He is in Sector 2 right now. Currently no time on the board for him or Ipovic, so we'll see if they can get into the top 10, as marked Cart goes way too heavy on the power there, losing the back end. Going to totally compromise his Sector 2, and as we've noted before, a sub 53 there is where the standard is at the moment, so he's not looking like he's going to be close to the front of this one. Up to the line for Mark Karp in the Haas. What's it going to be? And it's only good for 16th, a 110.2. Still 7.5-ish remaining here. Has time to get another lap in if he wants. Sounds like he's got a car right up behind him. That might be Rico in the Williams, and it is. He's already invalidated through turn 1, unfortunately, so we'll come back to him later on, as it looks like Timo's heading into the pit lane here. Cringy, Beefy's on his outlap in the McLaren. There is a Red Bull coming up, though, and that is Doge, I believe, on his outlap. And the Red Bull senior team member driving today, as Beefy navigates turn 1 pretty nicely there. We'll go on board with this man. He put in a really good lap the first time around. I'm expecting an improvement from him here. He sets a purple Sector 1 and already almost 2 tenths up on his time. That would be good enough to get him pretty far up the leaderboard. Let's see if he can maintain that pace throughout the lap here. 6.5 to go now. Could be a strong start from McLaren. Cringy up in 4th at the moment. Denjeff retiring from this one as Reefy loses the back end of the car in Sector 2, and he's off the track. Resets as well. I don't think that is allowed. We'll have to check in with our host Wheatflex later. Speaking of him, looks like he's on an outlap and about to cross the line. Let's go on board with the man of the hour, WTZ Flex. One of my favorite new LinkedIn connections this week. As he navigates turn 1 safely and down to the first DRS zone in Sector 1. About matching his time through there at this point. Let's see if he can make that ground up in Sectors 2 and 3. Doge says, I'm good in the chat. What's up, buddy? It's good to have you here. You're looking good so far. Just try to improve a little bit on that lap, and you're going to find yourself in a really good starting spot. And as you can see, from 1st down to 15th, 8 tenths is the gap. Super tiny gap right now. And yeah, lots of room for guys to make improvements if they'd like to. As Wheatflex is rounding out Sector 2 here. Let's see if he is improving on his time. Just about a 10th up. Purple Sector 2 at 52.4. That's a phenomenal Sector 2 time. And uses all of the curb there, just trying to gain a little bit of extra time. But here comes Wheatflex up to the line in the Ferrari. What's it going to be from him? And it's a 1:09.1, just barely improving on his time there. Still time to go for one more if you want, bud. Totally your decision. Don't cut off the Haas behind you. And yeah, safely navigates through there. I'll let him go here. Doesn't want to give him the toe down the straight, and I don't blame him. Lexus on 4-lap old. Softs at the moment. Looks like Doge is coming up to the line. No ERS left, and he opts to stay out. He just faked it into the pit lane. He should have just kept it going there. And you can see he's frustrated with himself. Didn't need to do that one. Now you're going to have to go for another ride around. Should be time. As the Ferrari of Ipovic crosses the line, and no improvement from him. Let's see here, a couple Toro Rossos out there. Esteban, he is cranking up a lap right now and validated his last one out. Let's check in though with, who's behind him? Is that the Renault of Whistler on an out lap behind Jerry Jarvinen? We're going to get some double action on this one. Watch both Whistler and Jerry Jarvinen's lap. Whistler going to get just the faintest of toes off of Jerry Jarvinen down the straightaway here. That's going to help him though. May only be a couple of hundredths of seconds, but he's 1/10 down right now. Going to need to improve on this one. Only 3 minutes remaining here. Not much room left for improvement. As Alfa Romeo just crossed the line for start of his lap. That looks like Savas Grease. Teammate Den Jeff out of this one, as well as Cringy, both retiring, comfortable with their times on the board. Don't blame them, as Forey, by the way, slipped into the middle of Jerry Jarvin and Cringy and Den Jeff. So now 4 drivers within 2,000ths of each other towards the front of this one. Timo and Niels are just separated by about 300ths of a second. Niels stealing away pole position from his teammate so far, but let's see. Jerry Jarvinen appears to be on a good lap. He's pretty much dropped Whistler on this one. Could be a big improvement from Jerry Jarvinen. He comes up to the line, and yeah, it's a 108.6 from Jerry Jarvinen, a 109.3 from Whistler. Whistler does improve, and he actually dead matches the time of Ipovic in the Ferrari. Let's see who else is coming up to the line. Looks like Wheatflex is coming up to the line. Yes, he is. He's currently right, dead on par with his time. He's going to go into the pit lane. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to fire one back up. We're going to see that. Looks like the McLaren of Reefy on an outlap here. Lexus' teammate is up to the line. That's Mark Karp. I think he's starting a lap now. Yes, he is. There's a Mercedes of Jake S. firing it up in Sector 3. Ferrari of Ipovic, though, he's coming up to the line. Let's see. He's 2/10 up right now, so he's looking to jump his teammate, potentially Lexus and Reefy if he can, up to the line for Ipovic, and it's good. Still for 16th, he doesn't improve there. Looks like he might have ran out of battery deployment. Is that Doge on a lap behind him? Doge just wrapped one up, it looks like. Barry is heading into the pit lane. It's going to be it for him in qualifying, but his teammate, Whistler, he's also heading into the pit lane. Let's check in with Devon. He is going for a lap now. Going into the pit lane. Going into the pit lane. That's going to be it for him as well. And who is that? It must be Reefy coming up to the line now. Yep, McLaren driver. Currently 4 thousandths up on 13th position. Is he going to improve? And yes, he does. Up to 10th place, a 108.995. Just sneaking in there. There's a Haas. Lexus starting his outlap now. Going to be the final one for him. Mercedes of Jake coming up to the line. And it's 4th for Jake. A 108.837. Hops Den Jeff by 2,000ths of a second. So now we have... Oh man, this is crazy. That grouping is so tight. Even Devon's only about 5/10 off of that pack as well. Let's see who's still out there right now. I think Reefy is done. Yes, he is. Let's check in with Lexus. He's looking good so far. His teammate Mark Karp just a little bit up the road here. He's in 17th right now. Going to need to improve if he wants to see himself towards the front of the pack, as Lexus took that corner awfully slowly. But looking okay so far. Let's see what kind of split time he has coming out of Sector 2 here. And then the final run down to the line, it looks like the Ferrari of Ipovic is going to be the final car across the line, but Lexus gets a little bit snap oversteer on the exit there, keeps it together nicely, and coming up to the line now. What's it going to be from Lexidus? Is he going to improve? Is he going to find himself in the top 10? No, only good for 12th. My apologies there, guys. Controller malfunction at the end. Luckily, we didn't miss anything serious. There's your lineup for qualifying. That is it for this one. Niels takes pole. Timo, his teammate, right behind him. Jerry Jarvin just off the pace in third. Jake, Denjeff, Cringy, Forey, Devon, Doge, and Barry round out the top 10. Reefy is going to be starting in 11th on the freshest set of tires. Lexidus, Savas Grease, Wheatflex, Whistler, Ipovich, and Marked Carp bring up the rest of that field. Looks like Rico DNF'd from qualifying and will be starting from the back of the grid. But there's your lineup, guys. There is the results from qualifying, and just look how close the field is across the board. I mean, 8/10 back to 17th position. That is extremely close, and a well done to Niels and Timo to stretch their legs, get a little bit of gap on the field. Doge says, I'm good in the chat. Doge, good laps, man. You had a good chance. Needed to keep it a little bit cleaner around here, guys. Brazil is a extremely tricky track when it comes to finding the right traction zones and not invalidating your lap time, especially on turn 1. Got to keep a close eye out for that one. But that's going to be it for Q1. On to Q2, and yeah, my apologies about that one. I'm in the mindset of short qualifying, so I said Reefy was going to be on the softest tires, but we're on to Q2 now. 15 minutes to go in this one. Looks like Wheatflex snuck through by the skin of his teeth, so good sign for the Ferrari driver. As it appears, my computer is having all sorts of internet issues, trying to get the Twitch chat back up on the screen for myself. Guys, if you are here, if you are checking in on the channel to check these guys out, drop me a message in the chat. Let me know who you think might take pole position in this one. Let me know your thoughts on qualifying so far. Say hello, drop a follow, and we'll be happy to chat. Let's see here. It looks like a couple of guys are going out. There is an Alfa Romeo of Savas Grease leading the way. We're going to check him out on the opening lap here, since he's going to be setting that benchmark. And yeah, guys, only 2 weeks away today. F1 2020 Michael Schumacher edition dropping. Very excited for the new season. There's going to be one more race after this for F1 Online. Next week, the season finale at Abu Dhabi. Today we are at Brazil Championship standings. Let's take a quick peek at that. I think we can get those up online. Wheatflex does a phenomenal job of maintaining everything for F1 Online on f1online.eu. If you have any interest in additional league racing, definitely check them out. And yeah, drop Wheatflex a message. Great guy, and really works well to make sure all the drivers are happy, as we have Savas Grease here flying down the long start-finish straight. Going to be first to get his lap in. Alfa Romeo looked good in Q1, but don't think he was able to hook up a lap the way he wanted to. Let's see if he can do it here as he navigates turn 1 safely, no invalidation, and now on to DRS number 1, and he does invalidate there. He actually took too much curb on the left-hander there. An unfortunate kind of situation. It looks like the Haas back there is slowed down for one of the Renaults, potentially. Let's see here. That's Reefy in the McLaren, and that is one of the Haas's behind him. I believe that's the Lexus. Mark Harp went out in Q1. Let's see if we can take a look at the leaderboard. Tuesday division of F1 online, and the leaderboard as it stands up to this point, Niels is your championship leader. He is running in first by a pretty decent margin. Looks like he's up by about 20 points. Travis Crease in the Alfa Romeo with 213. Cringy in the McLaren with 207. And then on down, Timo with 182. Lexus with 176. Scopes, who I haven't seen in a couple of weeks, as Reefy puts in the first lap of the day. It's a 1:09.7. Economic Berry follows up with a 1:09.4. Vaughn follows up with a 1:09.4, only 2,000ths up on Berry, and Forey with a 1:09.2. Wheatflex with a 1:09.1. There's the Red Bull of Doge. We're going to catch him up to the line here, and a 1:09.0 from him. So good string of laps to kick things off here, boys. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Is that one of the Williams around, it looks like? I don't even know if there's a Williams left here. Looks like a Racing Point, maybe. We have a Renault coming up to the line. That's going to be Whistler, a 1:10 from him. Decent lap as Timo puts in a 1:08.5. Benchmark for the drivers. 4/10 in that one, separating him and Doge just a little bit more, actually. So it looks like, I think Salvage Grease got a second run in here, and nope, opts for the pit lane. The Haas, though, of Lexus is coming up to the line, and it's a 1:09.2 from the Haas driver. A nice lap to kick things off here. A couple of guys coming up to the line, it looks like. Next one up is going to be... Doger's going to go for another run, I think. Interesting call. Let's see what everyone's opted for in terms of tires thus far. And yeah, a couple guys choosing the mediums. Doge is going to fire it up for another lap here. Let's see who's behind him. I believe that's Niels. Niels coming up to the line. He's invalidated, so he's going to go for a fresh one. Don't see who that is, but that might have been Den Jeff, a 1:08.8. Much better lap for him than first go around. I believe he did a 1:08.8 as well in Q1, but early in Q2 seems to be very tricky as Niels sets a purple Sector 1. Let's see if the Racing Point has the pace here in Q2. Take another pole. Appreciate you all tuning in today for the stream here. Again, I'm your host, ASAP AC19, aka ABR Burpas 19 on Xbox. Race 4 ABR league I founded in Tier 1. We have 2 tiers as well as 2 divisional series, CSR and HSA, as Niels goes purple Sector 2. And looking good so far. Should be a comfy towards the top lap for Niels here. Yeah, feel free to check us out on Twitch as well. ABR_F1. Niels up to the line, and it's a 1:08.3. A 1:08.3 from Niels, and man, go back into the pit lane and retire. No one is kicking him out of Q2. That's a phenomenal lap from Niels. Looks like we have the Cringy in the McLaren kicking off a lap right now. Got Savas Grease starting an out lap as well. Give Cringy some FaceTime here. Former ABR Tier 1 and current Tier 2 driver, I believe. Looking good so far. Ooh, and invalidates on the curb there. There's a Toro Rosso coming up to the line. No lap time. Maybe an out lap for Vaughn. Yeah, he's just pushing as we speak. There is a Mercedes of Forey back there. His teammate Jake is on a lap, it looks like. I don't think I'm going to get to Jake in time. Jake's the 109.3 on the mediums at this point. I think he just finished a lap. It looks like it at least. There's a Renault out there. That must be Economic Berry. No. Yes, he's going to go into the pit lane. Cringy also goes into... Wow, a lot of guys going into the pit lane there. Let's check in with Den Jeff real quick, right? Den Jeff? And out of the pit lane. Savas Grease, a 108.891. Fifth. Not sure if he just said that. I think he did, though. There's the McLaren of Reefy out there. He's coming up to the line. Good for 7th, the 109.1 from Reefy. Nice lap from him. Couple of guys coming out of the Sector 3 corner there. That's Doge in the Red Bull. Let's see if he... Sorry, Devon in the Red Bull. My apologies. Toro Rosso, sister car. Up to the line for him. No improvement. Oh, it does improve, actually, but not enough at the moment. 109.3 on mediums. It's Jake. 109.3 from him the first time around. Looks like one of the Ferraris just hopped up into 4th. That might be Wheat Flex. Yes, it is. Nice lap from Wheat Flex. Or WTZ Flex. Depends on... I call him Wheat Flex. I'm going to stick with Wheat Flex. I like that more. Then Jeff with a purple Sector 1. His teammate, Savas Grease, I think he's kicking off a lap right now. It may have invalidated his first go-around. As Den Jeff now invalidates. Using a little bit too much curb there. Let's check in here. The Toro Rosso of Jerry Jarvin is about to kick off a lap. Devon has invalidated. He's going to go for a fresh one on the same mediums. I think that's Jake behind him. Yes, it is. Jake is coming up to the line right now. Jake, put it in overtake. Put it in overtake. We're going to run out of battery. We're going to run out of battery. Put it in overtake. Oh, and a 109.2 from Jake there. Does improve, but just slightly. As I think that's Wheat Flex going into the pit lane. There's an Alfa Romeo coming up to the line. Den Jeff starting off his next lap here. There's a McLaren of Reefy, is it? To cross in the line. No, not Reefy, that was his teammate Cringy. Cringy's kicking off a lap as we speak. Looks like nothing for Reefy here. No, he's going to go for a lap, it looks like. Yep. Reefy starting his out lap now. I'm sorry, his push lap now. Doge as well. There's Barry, his teammate Whistler's kicking off a lap. It's like Jerry Jarvin, yes it is. Jerry's coming up to the line right now. What's going to be from Jerry Jarvin? And it's second place, a 108.4 from Jerry Jarvin, and an absolute mega lap from the Toro Rosso driver here. That's comfy for second position, and I would imagine he's going to be pretty safely through to Q3. But we'll keep an eye on all of these guys as things progress here. Here comes Den Jeff now up to the line. Is he going to move himself up the leaderboard? I'd imagine he will, and it's a 108.46 from Den Jeff. Nice lap from the Alfa Romeo driver. Nicely done. And who's that coming on the outside of him there? That must be Cringy. Yes, it is. He's now up into 5th with a 108 on the board. A good lap from Cringy. Jerry is on his way in. Is that his teammate, though, on a lap? Nope. Looks like he's wrapped things up for now as well. Validates and into the pit lane. No surprise. Check in behind Jerry, though. That looks like it could be the Mercedes of Forey about to kick off a lap, so we'll check in with him for a moment. Internet seems to be all over the place for me here right now. Luckily, an Ethernet cable in the Xbox, so shouldn't be an issue on that side of things, but having trouble keeping my chat up in front of me. I apologize if I'm missing your messages, guys. Drop me a new one if you have. Unfortunately, the chat resets every time you refresh the page, so I can't quite see everything as perfectly as you can at the moment. As Forey's way down on his time at the moment. Yeah, he's backed out of this one. No surprises there. That looks like Timo coming up to the line for an outlap. Still 2.5 to go here in Q2, guys. Everyone opting for the softs at this point in time, and smart move, guys. The softs are basically the mediums at Brazil. You can go a very long distance on those. I would highly recommend taking the pace early on. The mediums will definitely last you plenty long at the end of the race, so use the softs while you can, as Timo has purpled Sector 1. Strong start to the lap for the Racing Point driver. See if he can hunt down his teammate, sitting on pole position right now. 3 spots separating them, Jerry Jarvin and Denjeff. Timo, Cringy, Forey, Wheatflex, Lexidus, Savas Grease, who has retired from this one, and Doge in 10th right now. I would be worried if I was Savas Grease. 4 guys behind him setting an outlap, and they're close, as Timo is as well. He's a 10th up on his time, just about. Purpled Sector 2 as well. Let's see if he can nail Sector 3 here. Put it into overtake, sir. Put it into overtake. Trust me, it will go so much better as you run out of deployment before the line. Let's hope that he can get there, though. And it's a 108.486. So he improves, but not enough. Looks like Jake coming up to the line for an outlap here. There's a Renault. That's Barry up to the line, and he gets in a 108.7. An economic Barry. Nice lap from him. Doge next up to the line. Let's see what he can do. No lap time from him. Wheatflex crosses the line. Still nothing. He's going to go for a lap now as well. Checking towards the front of this one, though. There's Reefy on his lap. Let's stay on board with him. He's right up near the front. I believe that's one of the Haas's in front of him, potentially Lexidus. Switch over to Lexidus. Why not? He's going to be first up to the line. Here comes the Haas driver into the pit lane. Okay, so that's it for Lexidus. Let's go back to Reefy. Up to the line. And good for 10th. Okay, Reefy has snuck in. Savas Grease is knocked out. Let's see who's coming up next. I think that's Jake. He has invalidated, but he's going to get to the line for a fresh lap. Yes, he is. Perfect timing for Jake. There's Barry behind him. He's finishing his lap. What's going to be from Barry? Good for 5th. What a lap from Barry. 108.5. Well done, sir. Wheatflex is going to be first in this group. Oh, and he's into the pit lane. He's going to finish in 9th. Who else is coming up to the line here? Oh, and that's Devon hopping into 5th place. Wheatflex is right on the border. Let's see if Jake can change the narrative here. I think he's the only driver left out there who can make something happen, as Reefy appears to have backed off from his lap. He's thinking, I'm not going to make it through. And oh my god, Doge just ran into the back of someone. Oh, okay, Doge's car is, is that Doge crashed out, though? Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, well, he's not going to make it through to Q3. Anyways, but let's see what Jake can do here. Jake's the only man that can make a statement into the top 10 at this point in time. Reefy sitting outside. He's done. Savas Grease is done. Doge is done. Whistler is done. See if Jake can enter himself into the Q3 session. Wheatflex on the ropes here. And up to the line for Jake. Full deployment now. He's got all the battery left to play with. It's going to be a good lap from Jake. And yes, it is. He's into the top 10. Knocks Wheatflex out at the death of it. Great lap from the Mercedes driver to take 6th in the last seconds of Q2 there. So there's your lineup for Q2. Niels takes pole once again. Jerry Jarvin and Denjeff and Timo all close in the same range as him. Devon and Jake split up by 1/1000th of a second. Timo only 8 thousandths ahead of them. Then a couple hundredths up to Denjeff and a couple hundredths up to Jerry Jarvin. And then just about 1/10 to Niels. What a tight group this is. Barry, a 108.5. Great lap from him. Lexidus, Cringy, and Forey all within half of a second of first place. That's how competitive this track is today. Brazil is down to provide when it comes to qualifying. Let's just hope we can get the same kind of action in the race. We're into Q3 now. Guys already firing up the engines here. And as we can see, Ferrari, no representation here, neither from Red Bull. Renault is still out there. I think McLaren is still in with Cringy. Yes, they are. Let's take a look. We don't need to know what tires they're on. They're all going to be on softs. Be dumb not to, in my opinion. So Neil's leading the way. So your 10 drivers in Q3 here: Jerry Jarvin and Niels, Jake, Timo, Lexidus, Devon, Economic, Barry, Cringy, Denjeff, and Forey. A lot of familiar names, but really good to see a new face, Devon, entering himself into the mix for pole position on his first race in F1 Online, as Niels is kicking off Q3 here. 10.5 to go already, a very short time frame. Did he just run too wide again? And nope, luckily he didn't, but he almost did. Navigates turn 1 smoothly. There's a line up behind him. That's Cringy, then Jeff, his teammate Timo, and Devon as well. Looks like Forey is crossing the line to start a lap right now. Lexidus is as well. And Barry, Jake, and Jerry in the pit lane at the moment. Wow, 51.5 for Niels in Sector 3. It's going to be a good lap. Here comes Niels, up to the line. A 108.1 to kick off qualifying. Here comes Cringy. A 108.6. Denjeff, a 108.5. There's Timo with a 108.2. Devon up to the line, a 108.6. Who's going to be next? That's Forey. Forey up to the line, a 108.9. That looks like the Haas of Lexidus. Let's go check in with him. A 112.2. He's going to go for another one, though. Where's Barry? There he is. He's going for a fresh one, it looks like. Yes, he is. Interesting choice. So yeah, we'll ride around with Barry and Lexidus, who are... Actually, let's go with Lexidus for the moment. He's up in Sector 2 right now. Yeah, I'm going to go with my driver prediction for pole here. I honestly don't think anyone's going to hop Niels. I think Niels is going to go for another lap, probably break the 108 barrier. I think he's going to do a high 107, which is, I mean, that's tremendous pace. Hats off to you, sir, if you can do that. As it looks like Lexidus is in Sector 3 now, coming up to the line. Yeah, Niels for pole in my book. I think Timo's going to be right there, just given what he's done so far in qualifying today. As Lexidus puts in a 108.7. So no shame in that lap time, bud. Definitely room for improvement as well. Here we got Barry coming up to the line now in the Renault. And then we'll check in with Jake, who's out there. Barry, a great lap. He's really crushing Sector 3, a 108.6 from him. For 4th place, and here is Jake now. Middle of the track at this point. His teammate, unfortunately, sitting in 8th right now. Slowest lap time of the group. Jerry Jarvinen's on his outlap, so we'll check in with him as well shortly.
But for now, Jake in Sector 3 and coming up to the line. See what kind of time it's going to be from the Mercedes. Is he going to hop into the top 5? Up to the line, and it's good for a 1:09.1. Not a good lap there from Jake. Going to need to pick up the pace about 1 second off of Niels. So there's plenty of time on track to find. Jerry Jarvinen is out on another outlap, it looks like. Going for a banker, if I had to guess. Let's see, Barry's coming into the pit lane. Yep. Who's that in front of him? Is he going in? Okay. Jerry's up next. Go on board for Jerry. Down the gears here into third. Opts to hold it in third. Leaves the car in overtake. Interesting choice. Now up into hot lap. Up through the gears. Make sure you hit that DRS as soon as possible. I like to drop it into overtake for the straightaways. Some guys opt for hot lap. So puts it down to high here. Drops into fourth. Back on the power nicely. Up through the gears once again. This is a tricky right-hander coming up. Really got to throw the car into it. Carry as much speed as you can. And gets back on the power nicely. Uses all of the curb there. Down to second for a little bit of extra rotation. Into the middle part of the track here. Just keep the car bounced up through fourth, fifth, and brakes hard down to second. No first. He's a little bit wide of the apex there, but doing all right so far. Up into hot lap, up through the gears, and end of sector 2. He's about 4/10 or so off of Niels, from what I remember, but still plenty of ERS in the bank. Up through the gears now into hot lap. Get on that DRS as soon as possible, Jerry. Keep it close to the left side of the track here for maximum time. And up to the line for the Toro Rosso. It's going to be good for a 1:08.5. Good for fourth place, so not a bad lap from Jerry Jarvin in the end of it. But again, what did I say? 4/10 after sector 2. And look at the gap up to Niels right now. So there is your top 10 as it stands. Niels actually wrapping up a lap here. So let's see. He just went purple sector 2. He's going to improve, as it looks like Cringy just did as well. He's up to a 1:08.4 now in third position. But Niels into the pit lane. Doesn't like that one. He's setting a banker. No surprise. And yeah, you can fly into the pit lane here. It doesn't really seem to penalize you at all. Jerry not on a lap. Timo not on a lap. Cringy not on a lap. Is going to be on a lap. Stay on with him for now. Haas driver's in 8th as it stands. Guys, let me know your prediction in the chat. Who do you think is going to take this one? I think it's going to be Niels for pole. I don't have any prediction for the race at the moment. I'll get to that in a little bit, but Niels for pole in my book. Still a lot of times are going to be set here. I'm sure every guy is going to put in one more time at least. So let's keep a close eye with 3:45 remaining here in qualifying number 3. Niels is on pole, Timo in second, Cringy in third, Denja fourth, Jerry Jarvin in fifth, Economic Barry in sixth, Devon in seventh, Lexidus in eighth, Forey in ninth, and Jake in 10th. And here goes the Haas driver for what I would imagine would be his final lap of the day, in qualifying at least. Obviously 50% race coming up at Brazil here. Nicely done by him to keep it clean, but also use all of the track there. Could have hooked up the apex better, and I think he just decided, you know what, not a good enough of a turn 1 for me. I think he was so surprised that he took that first one so cleanly that, yeah, just threw him off a little bit, but nice. Still plenty of time for him to get a lap in. Let's see who else is out there now. I think there's a couple guys taking off a lap. That looks like Forey. He's going to be next up, so let's stick on board with him. Is Timo going in for a lap? Oh, Timo's finishing a lap. Never mind. Banker. Yeah, oh, going to cross the line. Doesn't improve. If you're going for one now, I'm a little bit confused. But anyways, go back on board with Forey here. Give him some face time in the Mercedes. End of sector 2 for Forey. He's backed out of this one and firing it up for another go. Still time. next on track here. It gets a little bit tricky now. Let's check in. Timo is on a lap. He's finishing his lap. Let's see if he can make the statement he needs. He's got 1/10 to catch his teammate Niels on pole position. Only a minute 30 to go here, and that's it for Timo in qualifying. Timo's into the pit lane. So Timo's wrapped up his session. Here comes Den Jeff, though, in the Alfa Romeo. He's got 4/10 to find, but if he can do it, he's going to be looking at pole. Up to the line for Den Jeff. Oh, and he doesn't improve. I don't think he's going to have time for another lap. You might just have to keep going. Yep, keep going, keep going. Push, 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 Den. Barry just set a purple sector 3, and he wasn't even... It's impressive. He must be running very low down for us. Plenty of straight line for the final sector. There's a couple guys coming up to the line, though. That looks like Forey now through sector 3. See what he can do. Great lap from Forey. 108.541. Hops up into 6th position. Nicely done, Forey. We have... Niels has invalidated. Oh, is Niels going to make it to the line? Oh, Niels is pushing. He's got to push to make it to the line here. Yeah. Wow, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. 10 seconds. Oh, Niels. Oh, you got to make it, buddy. It's going to be close. He's going to get it, though. By 3 seconds, he's going to get it. Niels is going to set the final lap of the session here. Let's stick on board with our leader. Barry's up to the line. Still good for 7th. No improvement. Cringy up to the line. Into the pit lane. Jerry Jarvinen. It's not Jerry Jarvinen. Devon up to the line. Good for 2nd. He put in a 108.1. Phenomenal lap at the death of it from Devon. Oh my god, he almost hopped Niels. So now Niels needs to answer. I mean, Niels still holding pole, but needs to answer. It feels like it. Jerry Jarvinen is invalidated in sector 2. Looks like Forey is going awfully slow, so the only man left to make a statement here is going to be Niels. Let's see what he can do. Final sector for the Racing Point, end of Q3. He's already on pole. Let's see if he breaks into that 107 barrier. Can he do it? And he has a 107.941 on the board for Niels' 2002 pole position. And what a lap. What a lap from him indeed. Well deserved, sir. There you have it, guys. There's your lineup. And man, I don't know what to be more surprised about. Niels crushing once again with a 107.9, or Devon, race debut in F1 Online, a 108.1 from him in the Toro Rosso, an absolute magnificent lap. Timo is in 3rd in the Racing Point, Cringy in the McLaren in 4th, then Jeff Alpha in 5th. There's Jerry Jarvinen reserving today in the Toro Rosso, he's in 6th. Forey in the Mercedes in 7th, Economic Barry in the Renault in 8th. Lexus in the Haas in 9th, and Jake, the other Merc, still in the top 10, but 10th for him today. There's the splits for you guys. Only 8/10 separating the best of this one. Going to take a short intermission here while these guys ready up for racing. We'll rejoin you for the formation lap. Alrighty, drivers are readying up here. Oh, Ipovic seemingly struggling with the connection at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately, and as many of you may know, Codemasters has big issues with the servers. Sometimes connections just randomly drop, and usually it's only one person. Worried Ipovic may have to... He is on the grid, though, so he can leave the session and come back in, as Doge has now left, it looks like. And I'm wondering if we are going to get a restart here. Nope. Ipovic has just dropped out, it looks like. So, are we going to get... Oh, Denjeff's gone. I got a feeling we're going to lose a couple more. Devon is gone. Yep, Rufus is gone. Rufi's gone. And yeah, we're going to get some restarts. Let's take a quick screenshot of the grid here. Make sure that worked. Yep. Got to send that over to Wheatflex so he can properly reform the grid. So yeah, you guys actually can't see what's going on my screen, but I just took a screenshot of the lineup for Wheatflex, and this way he can set it up quickly. No time wasted asking guys where they came. So okay, we are going over to the new session. It's been created. Luckily, just have to reform the grid, and then we can get right down to racing. No qualifying. And yeah, if you guys have tuned in with me before, you know that this happens occasionally. New lobby, says Devon. Yep, no sweat, dude. We're still here for it. I'm sure it will all be fine, as we already have 8 guys in. As you can see, 16 guys already in here for this one. Let's see if I can see who's in the Twitch chat. Unfortunately, on the computer, it doesn't really tell you. Let's see. Okay. Doge, Denjeff, Devon, Fordia, Ipovic, Lemon Juices, Reefy, Snader, Wheatflex, Dorsina, Rubber Slayer. I like that name. Let's get it. Oh, the boy is here. CR7 Wiz himself. Shout out to Mark. Good to have you here, Mark. Yeah, guys, if you do tune in for my races at all on Sundays, POV race stream, check out if I'm anywhere near CR7 Wiz. It's a tough man to battle on track. He's a real competitor out there. He's shown his mettle so far in Tier 1. Glad he's a part of ABR. like 18 guys are in here right now. I don't think we had a full grid, so I think it was just 18. So I think we're just waiting on WheatFlex to sort the grid here. I appreciate you guys staying on board, even with the intermission here. Okay, we're ready to go. Drivers are readying up. Brazil is the track of choice today. No qualifying. Right into the race here. Right into the action. Yep, 4 drivers readying up now. I think everyone's eager, ready to get out there. This will benefit the guys running in the top 10. Fresh tires for everybody. You will still have to start on the same. Obviously, they were all on softs, but this is a big advantage for the guys up front. I can tell you, after you do a qualifying lap, maybe even 2 qualifying laps on the same pair of soft tires, they're going to really lose a lot of life in the race and won't last you nearly as long. Fresh soft tires are going to be a huge advantage for the guys up front, especially Niels. I think this really furthers his chances of a solid win here today. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I think that's going to play a huge factor. Fresh tires up front. So as we have 15 readied up now, so yeah, everyone's good to go. Let's get things going, boys. I agree. Already an hour into the stream here and just about 45 minutes of racing coming up. Should be around 36 laps of Brazil, I believe. Maybe a few more, maybe a few less. But either way, let's have it. Let's have it. Hopefully this time Ipovic gets through with no issues, but you never know. All right, looks like everyone's readied up. Let's hope things work a little bit smoother this time. Oh, boys, remember to do your setups. Oh, I can guarantee Rico forgot to do a setup. Don't forget to do your setup, guys. That's not really enough time to do your setup and your strategy. I would have given them a couple more minutes, or at least a minute or so, to sort things, because obviously you got to put your setup back on, make sure that it's fine. If you got to change anything, and then you got to do your strat too, and fuel. It's a lot to do in 30 seconds. Anyways, formation laps coming up. We'll read you out the grid here. In case you forgot, during the intermission, Niels is sitting on pole, guys. Devon is in second. Good debut qualifying for him. Timo's in third. There's Cringy in fourth. Then Jeff is in fifth. Jerry Jarvin he's in sixth today. Reserve driver for Toro Rosso. Keep that in mind. Forey in the Mercedes. He is in seventh. Behind him, we have Economic Barry in the Renault in eighth. There's Lexidus in ninth. Familiar face around the F1 online area. Jake S. is in 10th. Wheatflex, the host of all of this, he is in 11th. Good luck today, Wheat. Always rooting for him as well. Reefy is in 12th. Savas Grease in 13th. Doge in 14th. Whistler in 15th. Ukovic in 16th. Marked Carp in 17th. And Rico bringing it up in the Williams in dead last. So maybe slightly fitting. Things can only go up, Rico. If you don't finish last, it was a good day for Williams. But as we have it, Niels coming up through Sector 3 now. Boys making sure the tires are warm and ready to go here. Snader says, what do you think of Rainbow Six Siege? Never played it. I know a lot of people do. Not really my speed in terms of gaming, but potentially something that I could get into. I do enjoy Call of Duty as well, but for now, we have 36 laps here at Brazil. Boys are reforming the grid. And I'm going to get a sip of water because I have a feeling things are about to get quite interesting. Alright, lights are on. Back on board with Den Jeff here for this. We got 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are away for the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And it looks like Devon and Timo both get a very good start. Devon's going to go down the inside into turn 1. Niels has the outside line for this one. Is he going to hold it? No, he's not. Devon's up into first position through turn 1. Phenomenal move from the Toro Rosso driver on his debut. And we have some guys dropping down. That's Jerry Jarvin off in turn 1. We got a yellow flag in sector 1. Is it going to be a safety car? I don't think so. But already Rico up 5 positions in the 14th. Great start for the Williams driver. Let's check in on the rest of the field here as it looks like Economic Barry gets into some contact. That's Savas Grease going off there. He's falling down into 17th position. Doge is down a bunch of spots as well. So not a good start for a couple of these guys. Devon, though, what a start there to take it into turn 1 on Niels. Phenomenal. Phenomenal start to your race as well, sir. Providing plenty of entertainment. Let's just get some stuff up here for you guys. I want to take a look at the position changes. Most of the guys starting kind of where they were. Who just went off there? That looked like Economic Barry into the grass, and yes, it is. Barry is off. He is now down into 17th. He's still got Savas Grease behind him, though. Let's see if these guys have damage. Looks like Barry's okay. Savas missing a left end plate. Unfortunate for him. Jerry, I believe, has damage. It looked like he was in a wall. Not positive. Oh, Jerry's actually good there. Okay, so just scuffed up tires. Doge is into the pits, though. I believe he had some damage. Most of the front runners, though, what did I say, guys? Right where they started. No surprise. No surprise. Let's check in with them for now, as Devon leads the way. He is just in front of Niels. Oh, VSC out on track. Who did we lose? They're just getting some debris up. Maybe an incident. And it looks like Niels is missing a left end plate, so this is going to be interesting. On is all good to go. Timo looked like he was fine. Yeah, he's fine. Timo, give me a different shot of Timo here. Yep, he's good. And Jeff's good. These guys are good. Both good. Let's see if we flex up into 8th. 3 spots at the start of this one. Nicely done, sir. He opted for the mediums. Bold call as we resume racing here. He's got a gap up into top 9 as they resume racing. Let's see if anything interesting happens at the front. We got a huge pack coming through here. That's Niels, Timo, and Cringy going 3 wide. And there goes Niels into the pit lane, actually. He's going to repair the front wing now. Smart move from him. Get out of the traffic. Get some clean air, fresh wing. He's got the pace 100%. So we'll see Niels back towards the end of this one. I can guarantee you that. For now, Timo takes over 2nd place, and he's got a gap of 1 second now up to Devon. We got a yellow flag in Sector 2. And someone just retired. That's Whistler with a DNF. He's out of this one early. No safety car, though, so things seem to be going okay. Millsy, good evening, sir. Good evening. How are you? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you joining us on stream. 3 laps into the 36 here we have at Brazil today. Mark Karp gets by Rico, and I think Rico has collided with Mark Karp, and Mark Karp's out of this one. He's out of this one, and Rico's off the track, completely missing the front right wing. No safety car, though. So, looks like, see here if we get a view, and yeah, there's Mark Karp off to the side there. Ostriver is done on lap 3 here. No safety car yet, crazy enough. Let's check in with the mix of the field here. That's Den Jeff now coming through in 4th position. He's got a long train behind and ahead right now, all the way back to Jake, pretty much within that line. Root Flex just dropping out of the DRS range of 40, so I think Jake is going to get him here. Let's have a look, and yeah, Jake's going to go to the outside. No, decides he doesn't want to make the move there. He's going to have DRS again, and Root Flex nothing. So let's see if we can get by him here. Shorter run though. Rico, 5-second penalty speeding in the pit lane, not happy with that, and he's running down in 13th now, going to be dropping some more spots, probably dead last in a second. Unfortunate for him. Let's check back in at the front. We have Cringy doing his best to keep up with Timo and Devon here. Devon's now gotten closed in on by the field, so it's going to be a little bit of a train around Brazil here. Has a little bit more action though than having the field spread out, so I'll take the DRS train over no action for sure. I'm sure the field will spread out, as you can already see Wheat Flex out 1.5 on 6th position. He's got he's got Jake up behind him, and I think Jake's going to get him this time. I don't think there's any defending in Wheat Flex, and he does go a little defensive, but out to the outside line, and yet Jake is through comfortably. And he's going to take over 7th for now. Got to move on Jake. Push now. He needs to catch that field. Keep up with the front pack. Flex already dropping out 0.7 out of 1 turn there. He's going to have DRS still, and you can see in the background here Reefy coming under attack from Ipovic. Nothing happening there. Timo is all over Vaughn at the moment. Let's give these guys some face time. They deserve it at the moment. Really doing well to lead the pack and the pace here. And at least the top 6 keeping up for now. Most of the field, though, within striking distance through the top 10. Jerry Jarvinen is closing up on Ipovic every lap at this pace. Niels is running pretty far back, but remember, early pit stop for him with that damage, so should see him running back towards the front later on. He's going to have fresh air, and that's going to be beneficial for him, although this DRS train is going to keep the speed and the pace high at the front of the pack, so maybe things won't work out to his advantage. We'll have to wait and see. 6 laps done here so far, 30 to go as Whistler has departed from the session. We hope to see you back here for the grand finale next week, bud. Best of luck then. But 16 guys still on track here, and Timo is all over the back of Devon. He's not going to go for the move here, though. I think maybe. Let's check in on Timo's stats, his actual car, and wow, he has used a surprising amount of ERS. His teammate Niels opts for a much more conservative approach from what I've noticed. And Devon is doing a great job of saving ERS in the middle sector here, using it to defend to the best of his ability on that long straight. But I think at this pace, Timo may just have to get the move done. I think they're really pulling a gap on NG, but the more they fight, the worse it's going to be. He's now actually in the mix here. Then Jeff just dropped out of the second window, so we'll see if he gets DRS. Exodus has dropped off the back of him, and now he's got 40 to worry about. But let's go check in with Timo. I think he's going to get the move done here. He's going to off the outside line. He gets by Devon. Is it going to be enough, though, into turn 1? No, Devon defends beautifully. He actually gets a great defensive move done there. I think he ran on the curb a little bit much. I think maybe that's going to be a warning for him. We'll have to see later on. His Timo's going to go for it again, this time for the outside once more. It's a little bit of contact, it looked like. Devon defends nicely, though. Great job in the braking zones by Devon to just hold off Timo. Just really not giving him any option. And this is allowing Cringy to get in the mix, and I think this is going to allow Den Jeff back in as well. Lexidus should get in this mix too shortly, I think, with now 4 cars really close to each other running in the front here. This is good action we have so far on lap 7. No safety cars. Mark Carp and Whistler out though. 16 still remain, and the top 10 all pretty close. Reflex still has some ground to do towards Jake, and Jerry Jarvin still about 3.8 off Ipovich, but that gap is coming down. Timo looking for the move once again. Got the car turned all the way up this time. Go for the outside. I think Devon's going to get it again though. Ooh, this time not so much, and he uses a lot of curb there. I think that's going to be another warning for him. We'll see. I'm not sure. Not a lot of guys opt for that line of the track. Devon's going to fight right back though, and I think he's going to get it done on the outside. Brakes later, turns later, and yes he does. Devon takes back first, but he runs wide, and that's allowed Timo to get back past, and now Cringy and Denjeff right up there. You can see Lexidus defending all 4 in the background, but wow, these top 4 providing an absolute show at this stage. Lexidus 3 seconds of time penalties there. 5th position would drop him back right now all the way to 8th, so he's going to need to keep it clean for the remainder here. Doge as well picking up 1, but he's in 14th at the moment, and a lot of ground to make up if he wants to see himself in the top 10, so hoping for a safety car if you're him. Devon was a little bit wide there. Close enough? I don't think so. Oh, Timo's got the run here. And if I was Devon, this is energy save, load time, preserve the soft tires, just make it last, dude. You can go for like 20 laps. Trust me, I did it one time. If you're listening, don't push. Don't push. Oh, and then Jeff gets by Cringy there. At the end of the straight. Nice move from him. Swap positions. Denjoff up into 3rd now. Lexidus still has 40. And there's Jake in the background, the other Mercedes, crawling up towards them as well. Nice wide shot there. Getting that little bit of action on all the cars. Try not to play favorites here. Usually just looking for the battles on track. See what's providing the most entertainment. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me know if you are in the chat. Let me know any feedback you guys have, anything you would like to see in the future. We'd be happy to take some feedback on that and provide the best stream possible. But I appreciate you all tuning in anyways. It's been an absolute pleasure for the last 80 minutes, and we still have probably another 30 to go if I had to guess. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Things seem to have cooled off between Den Jeff and the front 2. He's right on the edge, as well as Devon. I think Timo's actually pulling a little bit of a gap. And let's check in with everybody else right now. Ipovich and Wheatflex are all over the back of Reefy, battling for 8th position. Let's give these guys a little bit of face time here, doing a nice job. Wheatflex up 1 spot in the points, and Ipovich up 7. Reefy's up 4 himself, so doing a good job of making things work in the race so far. The big winner, though, I'd have to say, is Lexidus, up from 9th into 5th position. He's got 40 kind of on the back of him, but has done a nice job of keeping him at bay so far. Niels doesn't seem to be closing that gap to Jerry at all. Let's check in what tires he's on. He might be on the hards. I think maybe he's thinking about going till the end. Niels is on the hard tires, and he's still making the gap go down a little bit. So, and in about 2 or 3 laps time, I'd say guys are going to start thinking about pitting, and that gap's going to go way down. Neil's going to be running back towards the front. But at this point, Reefy the only one on medium, so he's going to go for the reverse strat here. He's going to be out there for a while. Look for Reefy to be the leader of this race. A few laps time. As Ipovic seems to have made a couple of mistakes here and is falling off of Reefy, but his teammate Wheatflex is well within the conversation. See, Ipovic has saved plenty of ERS, so is Wheatflex, and Reefy actually has a bunch in the tank here, so I think he's just thinking about the long stint, as he has pulled out a second now on the Ferrari behind him. So this might be an overtake for Wheatflex in the making here. I don't think Ipovic is going to get DRS, and nope, he has not. Here comes the Ferrari of Wheatflex. I'm guessing there's going to be no team orders as Wheatflex goes for the inside line. It's a phenomenal move to the inside. Uses the curb, hugs it nicely, and takes the right line out of there. Gets by his teammate. Let's see if he can hold it down the straight, though. Opts to go a little defensive at the start, but I don't think there's going to be enough in it for Ipovic this time around. And there's Wheatflex up into 9th. So the Ferraris switch positions, but that's giving Reefy a chance to get out of the DRS zone for now. Corey is still going at it with Lexidus for 5th right now. The top 5 are really pulling a gap back on Jake, Reefy, and the rest of the field. Let's see if they can keep it up here. 11 laps in the books. We're on lap 12 as it stands, and no one in the box yet apart from Niels, Doge, Savas Grease, Barry, I believe, and Rico. Let's take a look, actually. I'm not positive on that. But just those guys. And Savas Grease and Doge flip positions. So Doge up into 13th now, as Timo has been overtaken for a moment there. It looks like Devon and him go side by side through turn 1. They make a little bit of contact. But okay, they're all good for now. Devon's going to have DRS once again. He's going to go to the outside line, and I think he's going to get it done here. He's going to have the straight line speed. Timo does a nice job, though, of holding the car in there, and he's forcing Devon out wide a little bit. Devon is forced to tuck back in for now and take 2nd position. Then Jeff is kind of pulling a gap on Cringy as it stands. Cringy looks like he's fallen off a little bit. Might be time for a pit stop for him. Soft tires might be hurting a little bit. Lexidus still managing to keep Forey at bay. Jake not making any ground. And as you can see, Niels still with about a 15-second gap back to Jerry. See if things in the pit stop, see where Niels comes out. I think the hards will really set in about 3 laps time. Lexidus now pulls the gap, actually, as there goes Cringy into the pit lane. So yep, prediction was a little bit right there. I think his tires are just killing him, as Devon and Timo are scrapping again in Sector 1. Let's see who gets the run this time. I think Devon's going to have DRS. Yes, he does. Timo's pushing him to the outside of the track. Timo going for the inside line once again. I think Devon's going to get it this time, though, and he does around the outside. Phenomenal move from Devon there. Let's see if he can hold it into this next corner, but Timo gets a phenomenal run once again. Let's see what happens here. Devon opts for the inside line, and he's going to squeeze by Timo. Nicely done. And covers off for this corner. Toro Rosso back up into 1st. And look at this. Cringy coming out right behind Niels. So that just shows you where Niels stands in this one. He's looking like he could be on for a podium, as Cringy opts for the hards as well. I would have gone for the medium, but to each his own. Cringy and Niels looking like they could be in for a good one here. A lot of guys going into the pits now. We got Devon, Timo, and Lexidus all in. Den Jeff opts to stay out. And let's see if Den Jeff can get the overcut done here. The soft tires should still be good for a couple more laps, guys. You're right on the edge of the window here, definitely. I'd say 15 is probably the right call, but let's see if Den Jeff can get it done. He's pushing. He's definitely pushing. He wants to get the overcut done. I don't blame him. So as it stands, Devon is the leader in the clubhouse of those who have pitted. Sorry, pitted's not a word. Actually, it is a word. Anyways, Devon is the leader of that group. He's got 1 second up to Timo, so it looks like Timo may have gotten held in the pit lane. Lexidus is 2.5 back, Niels 4.8 back, and Cringy 1.5 back. Interesting. Here goes Denjeff into the pit lane now, the Alfa Romeo. Looks good for this one. Forey's going to go for another lap, though, it looks like. And I think his teammate Jake... Ooh. Was that? Jake goes into the pit lane, but that was a little bit weird. Reefy is going to keep going on his mediums. He's up into second now. Like I said, watch for Reefy to be the leader of this one. And let's see where Denjeff comes out. Let's see where he comes out comparative to the field. Here comes Devon coming to the final corner. Looks like Denjeff does get a good pit stop in. Let's see if he's going to come out ahead. It's going to be super close, but the Toro Rosso is going to get it on the straightaway. Is he going to get out in front of Timo? He's going to be right in the mix with these guys, just behind Timo. So this is and they're side by side. They're side by side going into the corner here. Who's going to get the move done? That is Timo. It's Timo around the outside. Phenomenal move. As Denjeff, yeah, you got to warm those hards up, bud. They're going to take a minute. Don't push too hard. There you see Lexidus in the background. And what has everyone opted for here in terms of tire strategy? Most of them are going for the hards. Ipovic for the mediums. Jake as well. And I think Forey, Meatflex, and Jerry could potentially get it done on mediums if they wanted to. Gap is pretty small though. Jerry just left the session. Jerry's not in here. Uh-oh. Running in fourth right now. Not good for him. See there, Denjeff still in that DRS window. Timo as it stands. So now the field has spread out a little bit. A little bit of pit chaos, and now you see Jerry is into the pits for mediums. I think that's his ghost deciding to go for mediums, though. We are on lap 17 of 36 here. Guys, if you are tuned in, if you are still with us in the chat, drop me a message, say hello, drop a follow if you're new, and thanks for being here so far. It's been a long 90 minutes to say the least, but it's been an interesting one. As you can see, Denjeff in 6th still battling with Timo. Forey is finally into the pit lane. Got 5.7 back to Reefy, who's now going to be your leader of this one. As predicted. Big flex into the pit as well. And there goes Denjeff up into 4th place. So as it stands, Devon is going to be your race leader. Timo is going to be in 2nd, Denjeff in 3rd. And Forey's coming out of the pit lane now. Lexidus is going to be in 4th. And did Forey jump Niels? Forey jumped Niels. Wow. Forey's going to be on for a good one, guys. Keep an eye on this guy. He's got medium tires on. Everyone else has got hards on. He's got 18 laps to go. Definitely doable. Reefy's already done 17, and he's still pulling a gap on the hard runners right now. This is going to be mega for Forey. Keep an eye on this man. What's up, Astrids? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Salvus Grease just picked up 3 seconds. I haven't been completely paying attention to the penalties thus far. I usually just like to leave that one up for surprise at the end. Makes it more exciting when guys are crossing the finish line. You have no idea where they're going to come. Yeah, the thing's not paying off for Niels at the moment. He's running down in 7th. He's got 16 laps on those hards already, and I think he might try to go to the end. I think 33 laps on hards is probably doable here. Forey getting real scrappy with Lexidus. He's going to go for the inside line here. And yes, he's going to get it. He's going to get it done. Wow, the Mercedes makes up a position. Ooh, Lexidus fighting back though around the outside. This one's getting scrappy. Wow, great defending by Lexidus there. Covers off the inside for this one, and Forey's going to settle. But this battle is heating up. I think he's going to get by him pretty soon here. And wow, that's allowed Niels into the mix. Look at this. One battle and Niels is up to it. Here goes Forey. Oh, dummies to the outside. He's going to have the inside line. There's a yellow flag. Jerry Jarvin's out of this one. We got a safety car. We have a safety car. And look at this. Reefy's going to get a free pit stop. Reefy is going to get a free pit stop, and he is going to jump huge positions here. This is going to pay off dividends for this man. Wow, this is also big for Niels as well. Fresh rubber for Niels. He's going to be making up positions for sure. Let's see who opts to stay out as well. I'm sure some of these guys don't want to go into the pits again. They'll just take track position with 14 laps or so remaining. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Jerry Jarvinen has left. There's the safety car. Lexidus drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. Uh-oh. Lexidus is going to drop spots. You can't serve that under the safety car either. Don't go into the pit lane. If you're listening. Let's see where Reefy comes out. Oh my god, all the front runners are going in. Look at this. And look at this. Reefy is going to be on for a mega finish here. An absolute mega finish. He's coming out in third. My lord, this man. Forey on 3-lap-old mediums. Lexidus on 6-lap-old hards. And Lexidus has to serve the drive-through. Reefy could be your winner here today. This is interesting. So it looks like the field is bunching up again. Doge is coming out of the box as we stand. Looks like Rico is in the mix there. He might just be a lapped car at this point. I believe he is. And that means we're going to get back to racing on lap 23. The safety car should be coming in here. Lexus has to serve that drive-through, so Forey effectively holding first. But remember, Reefy on only 1 lap old softs now, and was run to the safety car, so we'll be seeing him on for a phenomenal finish. Flex on 4 lap old mediums. Should be be okay, but Devon has a lot of pace behind him, as well as Timo, Denjeff, and Niels, who go for a mix of the mediums and softs. Cringy is in the mix too. So keep an eye on him. See if the car is in. If you don't, go buy Wheat Flex. What are you doing? Oh wait, Wheat Flex has jumped in. Now here we go. Lexidus fires it back up, gets a good start. So does Wheat Flex though. He's going to go for the inside line. No, he's not. There's a lot of guys going into turn one there. This Wheat Flex dropping spots. Oh, Wheat Flex gets nailed onto the grass. Economic Berry, 3-second penalty. Rico, 3-second penalty. And who's that into the wall? Niels. That's Niels. Timo, 5-second penalty for corner cutting. And oh man, Niels' race is over. Unless we get another safety car. What drama on the restart there. Reflex down to 8th. Devon up into 4th right now. Big train of guys as Rico, 5 seconds for ignoring the blue flag. Oof. Hurting his race right now, already down in 15th. And there goes Lexus into the pit lane to service drive-through, so Reefy now up into 2nd place. Forey leads the way. Devon is in 3rd, Timo's in 4th, Denjeff in 5th. So there's your top 5, and this is going to be a battle to the death of it. Let's see what this group can do. I think Cringy's going to tag along. Wheat Flex is dropping back. Ipovic is all over the back of him in the Ferrari. Let's check in on that battle real quick. It looks like Ipovic might go for a move. He's got Jake on the inside of him. Jake goes to the inside, and Jake's around. Jake's around, and there's a huge collision. Jake is completely around, and a massive change of positions here as well. Economic Berry is up into 10th place. Oh, man, what a collision. Jake is down into 12th. Savas Brees up into 9th. Lot of chaos here on the restart. Devon is all over. Look at this train here that Forey is dragging around at the moment. Forey's just got to hope and pray the life in the tires stays. And he's got enough DRS in the tank at the end of this one to get it done. No DRS yet. Let's see if Devon is going to get a move done. DRS online now. No move done there from anybody, it looks like. Everyone through safely. Top 6, the battle is alive. Rico, 3 seconds. And yeah, after last week, trying to keep my cool a little bit on stream, it was an absolute barn burner at Mexico last week. I lost my voice by the end of that one. Devon is really close to the back of Reefy. A lot of cars in this train here. And as you can see, Cringy has caught back up. So now it's a 6-way battle. A 6-way battle for the end of this one. 10 laps to go in just a second. Sorry, 11 make that. Here goes Reefy to the outside. Forey goes super defensive, and Devon taps the back of him. Clean but hard racing from these guys so far. Jake puts in the quickest lap, a 1:10.3. And then picks up 3 seconds of time penalties. Timo all over the back of Devon as well. Neil's with a 109.7. Looks like he pit for fresh softs. Yes, he did. Way out of the running though. Yellow flag in sector 2. Can't see who that is. No moves to be made there either. DRS train is living up to the hype as Devon gets 3 seconds. I think that's his first penalty, if I'm not mistaken. This is just a good camera view to catch all these cars at once here. So I'm just gonna leave it where it is, because this is probably the most interesting battle that we have going on the track. It looks like Ipovic and Savas Breeze are on the back of a Wheat Flex now. They're not far behind, still within the mix here, especially with penalties on the table. So we'll see if they can close the gap. Doge could be a comeback guy for the points here. He's almost on the back of Barry, but here's Jake battling him as well. Here goes Devon to the outside. Devon gonna get the move done on Forey. Beefy up into first as well. Cringy retires. Cringy's out of this one. We got a yellow flag. Cringy into the pit lane? What happened? Forey now out of the top, and Reefy pulls the 1 second gap he needs to get out of DRS. He's got to keep pushing this lap. I think Reefy's going to be on for a good one here. Then Jeff's still looking good in 4th place right now. He's still got plenty of life in the softs, and he's got Timo and Devon ahead of him on the mediums. The mediums will probably be doing well at this stage of the race, but the softs still plenty of pace, and Denjeff not out of the question for a podium. Forey is slowly falling off the back here. He's now in 5th place. 3 lap older tires not helping him as Timo gets by Devon into, Devon. Oh, they're going side by side again. They're going side by side again. Timo is ahead now, though. Devon settles for 3rd. Out of the DRS zone now, so this is going to give Devon and Denjeff the opportunity to close down the gap on Timo. Devon looks to the inside, just throws off Timo's timing a little bit. Going to get DRS once again. Track position looked like it might pay off for Forey here. He's got 1.5 to the field up front, but he's got a 2.4 second gap back to Ipovic, who has gotten by his teammate Wheatflex. Savas still in 8th, but right behind Wheatflex. And Barry is comfortably in 9th with Jake in 10th. Only about 6 laps to go here at Brazil. comes Devon up on Timo once again. The gap only half a second. It's going to get much smaller. It's down to 3 now, down to 2, down to 1. Is he going to go for the move on the inside? Thought about it for a second, but he's going to tuck in. I think he's going to have a beautiful run on Timo here once again. Shouldn't be too hard of a move this time. I don't even know if Timo's really going to defend it. Oh, he goes a little bit defensive. Here comes Jeff as well. And there goes Devon back up into second place. Reefy running away with it now. 1.7 is the gap. Looking strong on the soft tires. Hopefully he still has the life in them at the end of this one. We'll see. As Jeff looks like he made a little bit of contact there with the back of Timo. Nothing serious happening. Ooh, and it looks like Timo is very close this time. I don't think Devon is going to have much in it to fight with. He is turning the car all the way up, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to have to let him go. There goes Timo around the outside. Is he going to get the move done? Devon fights back, but it's not going to be enough on this occasion. Timo hops back up into second place, but Devon's right on the back of him. He's going to have DRS. He's going to put everything into this one. Is he going to get it around the outside? Timo tucks in. Looks like Savas Grease has dispatched Wheat Flex. Ipovic, 3-second time penalty there. He's got Savas Grease all over him right now, but the real battle for what's going to happen here between Devon, Timo, and Jeff. This is just a phenomenal couple of laps of driving by these guys so far. Timo all over Devon here. And with the move done on the outside. Let's see. Devon looks like he had some good speed there. Goes off the inside once again, but Timo once again gets it done. It's like a repeat of last lap. Here goes Devon once again. Right up behind Timo. Runs a little bit wide there. Going to hurt. Oh, it goes super defensive to cover off Jeff. They almost make contact. Doge, 3-second penalty. He's up in 11th now. Still a huge gap to Jake. And there goes Jeff up the inside of Devon for third place. Jeff putting those softs to use, finds himself on the podium at the moment. Reefy pulling out that gap though, 2.5 as it stands. And what did I say? Look for this man to be at the front. And sure enough, he's crushed it today so far. Three laps to go now. Wheat Flex, 3-second time penalty. He's got Jake behind him right now. He's going to need to limit those. Savas Grease gets by Ipovic, it looks like, for 6th place. Corey's still sort of hanging on with the front pack here. He's not close, but he's not far. Then Jeff's got a real chance at Timo in the next couple of laps here. Right up behind him, and plenty of ERS for this man. I just got a message from Niels. I'll have to take a look at that. not yet, as Denjeff is all over Timo, but nothing happening there. They've kind of dropped Devon a little bit. 8/10 back to Devon right now. Still in DRS though. Gap's only 2 seconds now, and someone's off in sector 2. Can't see who that is right now. We're gonna go right by him. Oh, and they just rejoined. That's the Williams of Rico. Oh, and Denjeff's around. Denjeff is around, and that's giving Devon third, and now Forey up into fourth. Oh, and Denjeff has serious front wing damage. He's got to hold on for a lap here. Savas Grease is coming up behind him as well. His teammate Denjeff's going to get totally compromised at the end of this one. Oh man, what a shame. And Jeff was doing a great job. So final lap now. Let's give some FaceTime to our leader. Reefy has drove a phenomenal race. He is up an insane amount of spots, I think 12 now, maybe 11. It's up 11 spots. He's going to win it on track. I'm not positive on the penalty situation. You see Timo behind him and Devon as well. So we're going to find out in a couple of moments here, but I got to go with Reefy either way for my driver of the day. He's made up so many spots, and he's driven a phenomenal race. Really timed the mediums to perfection. Got that free pit stop under the safety car, and then another one onto the softs once again. And yeah, he really made it work. Strategy was phenomenal as he rounds out sector 2 and into 3 for the final straightaway here. Congratulations to the winner on track in the McLaren Reefy SF1000. 11 spots made up, and he takes the Brazilian Grand Prix, crosses the line in first place. Let's see what happens here. Timo comes out 7 seconds behind him. Devon hops up into third. Forey's across the line, gets hopped by Denjeff for fourth. Ipovich is across the line. Barry hops up into 7th. Jake is in 8th. Savas Grease is in 9th. Wheatflex is in 10th. Let's see if that holds with Doge up to the line. Yes, it does. There's your top 10 guys. As Lexidus hops into 11th. Niels and Rico not in this one anymore, so that's your finishing order. Reefy takes the win here in Brazil. A phenomenal drive. Phenomenal drive from Reefy. Devon takes second, Timo in third, Denjeff in fourth, Forey in fifth, Ipovich in sixth, Barry in seventh, Jake in eighth, Savas Grease in ninth, and Wheatflex rounding out the top 10. Oh boy, what a finish to that one. And phenomenal driving from these guys today. 36 laps of Brazil, not an easy task, and not easy for me in the booth either. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark now of the stream. I appreciate you guys all being here. We're going to take one final look at the results as Reefy celebrates up on the podium. McLaren taking the win today. Toro Rosso on the podium as well. And Racing Point, not something you see in real life, but great to see here. Congratulations to those three on getting it done today. And here is your final results of the session. We'll take a look at the penalties. Obviously, 3 seconds to Devon, 5 to Timo, and a lot of 3s and 6s down the board. As you can see, Rico, 20 seconds. I think he was out of this one early on. Didn't really have the pace today, so hoping to come back strong next week. Denjeff and Reefy keeping it clean throughout the session. That really helped out Denjeff in the end. Still gains a spot up into fourth. But yeah, driver of the day and winner, Reefy SF1000 of the McLaren. Pulls that one stop off to perfection, and a great drive from him, to say the least. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. I appreciate you all tuning in. It's been a long stream for me. Let's go close my eyes and get back to it on Thursday with HSA F1. They are live for their season finale, I believe, also at Brazil. We'll have to see. That will be on the ABR channel, so make sure you tune in for that. And then Saturday and Sunday, as always, ABR F1 Tier 2 and Tier 1 respectively. Saturdays Tier 2 at 12 Eastern, 5 UK, and Sundays 2:30, 7:30 UK for Tier 1. Make sure you tune in for that, guys. but appreciate you all being here. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you on Thursday.